Good morning, crusty crew. My name is Sam. My pronouns are they, them, and welcome back to my office. It is Sunday, June 16th. Goddamn. And I feel like absolute garbage. I feel horrible today. It's like 10 o'clock right now, and I've spent the past like 2 hours just like cleaning the house. And I had to like hardcore deep clean the litter box. So our litter box, it's like a plastic bin that you might find at like a Walmart with an actual litter box in it, and there's just like a hole cut out for her to go in and out of. That's her like little door. And then we have the litter genie, and we have a couple scoopers, and she has a little litter mat. And I had to deep clean and bleach all of that because, so long story short, my senior dog got her diaper off in the middle of the night, shit everywhere, and then ground it into the ground. So at 6:30 in the morning, I was deep cleaning the carpets with our little carpet cleaner, and then I walk into the bathroom where we keep the litter box, and the cat decided to pee all over my clothes that I had sat there on the floor from the night before. So I deep cleaned the entire bathroom. I bleached every single surface physically possible, every corner of the floor, the walls, all of it. I bleached her entire litter setup. I changed out all of her litter. Like, I deep cleaned everything. And now my back is on fire. And that was a horrible, horrible thing for me to do physically, as someone with a lot of back problems, but it is what it is. And then from there, I just cleaned the bedroom, the hallway. I'm doing laundry. I tidied up my office. I had to put a bunch of my tools away. I did the living room. I did the kitchen. I deep cleaned their water fountain and changed out the filter. I vacuumed the entire house, and now I have to go to work and do some Pride stuff. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm excited about it. So it's volunteer work for me. So my boss is letting me use the machines. The Pride committee only has to pay for the items that I'm embroidering at cost. So there's literally no profit being made. I'm not being paid to do it. And I volunteered my time for that. So I do it off the clock, and I have to do that today. I have like 50 hats and like 10 totes or something. We're doing like Rainbow Pride Awards throughout the community or something like that. I don't know. I don't know any other queer people in my community. So they've like put out the voting, and I'm just like, I don't know a single queer person in like 30 minutes of us, other than like me and the organizers that I'm working with. So I'm making the presents for people that I don't know, that I hope to know. I hope that I get to like see them and know them, as I'm trying desperately to like put my money where my mouth is. Okay, so I'm always talking about community and how like the government will never do anything for us. It's all about like us in the community. Like, we have to take care of each other, and I'm always preaching that, especially with what's going on around the world right now. But I don't really live by the words that I preach since I moved up here, because I live in a rural area. A lot of the people around me are like Trump supporters who ultimately like hate me and my entire existence. So, you know, it's hard. It's hard. I know my next door neighbors, and they're very, very nice. And then I know the neighbor like right next to them. She's also quite nice. And I vaguely know like an old lady at the end of my road who is such a vibe. I aspire to be her one day. But I don't know anyone else around here, and I don't really know anyone in the city that I live near. I just want to put my money where my mouth is and be more involved in the community, especially in like a rural area. I'm up in Maine, so it's very give or take. Like, the coast is very like more liberal and more accepting and kind. Sometimes I would not describe Maine as a kind or accepting place. Kindness is not something that people up here seem to know. But like, you go more inward and it's just like cruelty. cruelty abound. So I just kind of want to get to know my community, get more involved in my community in ways that I was like back when I lived in Connecticut. I wasn't like a big community member in Connecticut, but like all of our neighbors, like we all knew each other, we all talked, we all looked out for each other. Like I knew a ton of people, and I don't really know anyone up here, and I don't really feel comfortable knowing a lot of people up here. So that's the washing machine. I'm going to go hang what's in the washing machine on the line, and then Sadie and I are going to head out to work for the day. I'm just going to take her with me so I can do like a longer day at work and yeah, just function with her a little bit better. So let's go. Hello and welcome. We just got out of the pool where I was trying to comfortably film a book recommendation video for Juneteenth and Pride, and Bug decided to join me. Am I going to show you any of that film? No, it is not internet appropriate in any capacity. I show a lot on the internet, but I'm not going to show that. So I just fed everyone. I'm about to have an Outshine pomegranate popsicle because I am a popsicle bitch lately. And did we just order a small dog pool float for Bug so she can sit in the pool with me without climbing on my lap? Yes, we did. Are we ridiculous? Yes, we are. Thank you. Okay, good morning, Crusty Crew. It is Friday, June 21st. We have a ton of stuff to do, and I haven't caught you up on anything for the fact that we just had a 3-day heat wave, and that was the worst experience of my life. I live in a colder region for a reason. So, not fun for me, not fun for Sades, who is in the back. We have to go to the vet this morning. She has her monthly pain injection shot. So right now it's 6:30 in the morning. We are going to leave to go to work for a little while. Her appointment's at 9:30. So we'll leave work a little bit early so I can go to my favorite bakery that's right next to the vet. I can get myself a cookie, and then we can go to the vet, and then I have to go back to work for the rest of the day with her. And then tomorrow is Pride. I am finishing up some stuff for Pride. I have some very complicated feelings about Pride and the way it has been organized here. I think that there are some improvements that could have been made in terms of accessibility, so I'm kind of upset about that. Okay, so I think what bothers me more is the fact that I tried reaching out to like talk to them about accessibility, and I did reach out to them to talk about accessibility and how I wanted to be like involved in the process of trying to make the event accessible, because our downtown is not very accessible in any capacity. And even though I was in direct communication with like the two main people doing it for the embroidery, they just like never wanted to talk about accessibility like in a logistical way. So I don't know. I'm sure it's stressful to plan a whole Pride event, but like if your Pride event is not accessible, then it's not really a worthy Pride event, because if you're not making it accessible to like the queers in our community that really need it the most, then it's not really worthwhile. And I know that there's a conversation to be had also about masking, and I know that I'm probably going to be one of the few people masking at Pride, which is another problem in and of itself, but I don't know. It's just a little upsetting sometimes, but I'm still gonna go. I'm still going to wear my mask, and I'm still going to try to enjoy myself, and we will see what happens, but that's a bigger topic. For now, let's have some coffee and go to work. Hi, hello. It is Saturday and it is Pride. So I am currently on the 5th floor of the parking garage so I can get down there and get started on Pride. I'm going to like emotionally prepare myself a little bit because I'm not really emotionally ready for 7,000 to 8,000 people as someone who has not been around a large crowd of people since like BookCon like 2018 or 19. So let's see how this goes and wish me luck. Coffee too.
Member of the Penobscot Nation and a member of the Wabanaki Two-Spirit Alliance, Tiana Aurelio.
And with that, my very first Pride event is over. It was a lot, it was exhausting, and I did a lot of emotional support crochet. I don't really know how I feel about it at this moment. Let me ponder, and then we can kind of discuss afterwards. But I'm gonna drink some water and have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because I've had nothing but caffeine all day long. It's Monday, 24th, and now that I've had some time to sit and think about Pride and how it went, I just kind of want to talk about it a little bit. So I have been out in some capacity since middle school. Lots of changes, variances, bi, pan, trans man, whatever, and now I am just like a non-binary queer person, a lesbian, sapphic in nature, I don't know. The only strong title I have, the only one that I will like say with my whole chest at this point is non-binary. And I like women. So whatever that aligns with is where I am. And this was my first ever Pride event. Not because I never wanted to go to Pride, but because I never felt comfortable going to Pride as an autistic person. And I didn't know that I was autistic until a couple of years ago. But even before then, I knew that like the crowds, the touching, the sweating, the often the like focus around sex and stuff like that, like it was just not for me. No shame on anyone else, but like I'm not gonna dance and party and like be all up in people's grills and have like penis popsicles and all that. Like that's just not my vibe. Obviously, look at me, look at my surroundings, this is my vibe. So I was really nervous about going to this Pride event, and from what I understand and from what other people have told me about their other Pride events around the country, this one is quite unique. I felt like this one was really toned down in like a family-friendly way, and that's not an insult. I really liked it. I think that it was built well for our community. So this was a place that you had no problems bringing your children. There was nothing like graphic in nature. There was nothing crazy like that. This was a place that was ultimately safe for people who had like PTSD or like veterans. There weren't any like loud cannon noises or anything like that. Like that wasn't something about it. The loudest part was the music. They didn't throw things during the parade. Like you had to walk up and hand someone something if you wanted to hand something out as a parade float attendee, whatever, I don't know. And while there were things that I think definitely could have been better, I think that for our local community, making it family friendly, making it super dog friendly, making it kind of lower in stimulation than a lot of other Pride events are, was a really good aspect about it. Some things that I would change: I did not feel like it was accessible enough to the point that it needed to be, and I think a lot of the events prior to, I heard a lot of things about them not being like wheelchair accessible in any capacity. So that was disappointing. That's something that we're discussing and working on as a community. We had talked about getting a sensory area for sensory calm down, which we did not do, and I think that we definitely should have done. I think that it is a need that needed to be fulfilled. I think that we kind of made it work because there was like a busier area and then a less busy area. But still, we did really good on handing out free water and free snacks to everyone. I think that we focused way too much on vendors and capitalism, honestly speaking, and I say that as like, so we had like, I think it was like close to 130 vendors or something like that, and there were a lot of them that weren't capitalist in any capacity. They were more community based, but I felt like if we had cut back some focus on like vendors and selling, that we would have had the community space to make Pride more accessible. And that's kind of where I am, and that's coming from me, who I didn't buy anything at Pride. I bought some coffee and lemonade from my favorite coffee shop, and that was it. I didn't buy anything else. I felt like the capitalist aspect of our Pride took too much focus in comparison to some of the more community-based and accessibility needs that we should have really focused on as a community. And I also think that I shouldn't have gone alone. I did go alone, and I think that was a poor choice to make. I should have asked my partner to take the day off, which she would have, but I was trying to be like, no, I'm an adult, I can do this, it's fine. And I think that I had less fun because I didn't have my safe human with me. So that's on me. That's not on Pride in any capacity. It was fun. I think that for my first ever Pride event, it couldn't have gone much better, honestly. I had a good time, and I'm excited that some things about Pride are changing for next year. So we as a community will really be able to make some more decisions that revolve around us as a community. So I'm excited for next year, optimistic in the fact that improvements can be made, adjustments can be made, and that the community really will get to have like a hardcore voice in our Pride. So it is like almost 9:30 a.m. and I'm running super late for work, but I just can't get myself to care. Why can't I get myself to care? It is because I know that I have to get through the next week and a half, and then I have 5 days off. And for some reason, that makes this the most daunting week and a half in the world. And it's muggy, and it's hot, and it's damp, and I'm just unhappy with my existence right now. So, what are we going to do about that? Well, we are going to get my shit together with the artist way, because I feel like I really need to connect with myself as an artist. We are going to do lots of horror reading. I feel like I need to do a lot of horror reading. I am in the middle of Cukoo by Gretchen Felker Martin, and I want to pick up Compound Fracture by Andrew Joseph White this week. Those are my 2 goal books for this week, like ebooks, physical reads. Audiobooks, I think I need to finish You Exist Too Much, and then I have something else up on the docket, but I'm not really sure. I think it's Wicked Bargain. And then I am really hoping to get some good crochet done. Just because it's been helpful with me and my anxiety and keeping my hands going. So that's super helpful. And then I also really, really, really want to focus on doing editing work, because that brings me joy. I would like to get through like 15 chapters this week. So that's where we're at. Those are the things that I will be doing to help fill my cup as work is completely draining me and my preempt to my 5 days off. So I gotta go bring the dogs inside and I gotta go to work. So wish me luck. Okay, good morning, Crusty Crew. It is Tuesday, the 25th. So, today. Well, let's start with yesterday. So yesterday I did not get everything that I wanted to get done. So yesterday while I was at work, I went through and I updated my Notion. I had been really consistent with my Notion for like months, and then all of a sudden I just kind of fell off, and I died a little bit. So I updated my Notion yesterday, and out of the things that I had on my list, I had work, I had read Cukoo, I had edit 3 chapters for the editing project that I'm working on right now. I was supposed to start a editing class, and I was supposed to edit some vlog footage, and then I was supposed to plan out my food for the week and cut my hair. So I cut my hair. It looks like a shaved head. It really doesn't look any different. But I get a little, like, mohawk at the very top when it gets a little long, and I do not have the balls to pull off a mohawk. Just not in my system. And I worked. I read a little bit more of Cukoo by Gretchen Felker Martin, which is my current read right now. I have an e-arc for it, and I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with her as an author. If you are into horror, and you are into queer horror, even if you're not into, like, gore, I would still pick her up. Her gore is not unmanageable. As someone who does not like gore at all, like, I cannot read Eric LaRocca at all, hers is very manageable and very, very, very good. And it's really purposeful gore. It's really good. Her stuff is really good. This is only her second book, so she's, like, really popping off. And then I planned out my food for the week, and I edited 2 out of 3 chapters for Frostbound, so we did good yesterday for the most part. I ended up dying and falling asleep a little bit, so I feel like something is medically wrong with me. And I've had all of my levels tested before, but that was a while ago. And they had said everything was normal, and I don't feel like everything is normal, because the levels of exhaustion that I feel are not correct. Like, I could sleep for 16 hours a day, every single day, and I would still be tired. Like, I never feel well, I never feel rested, I never feel awake, I never feel not tired. So I know something is wrong. But while I may have health insurance, if you also live in Maine, you know that it is nearly impossible to get a PCP that is also, like, gender affirming and just generally kind, because they are all booked up. I've been on a waiting list for a year and a half for a PCP, and I have not moved up in the list at all. So I'm going to try to fix the problem myself. We are going to the store to get some vitamins. I'm going to get some more vitamin D. I was on vitamin D for a while, and it was helping a lot, and then I ran out, and then I just didn't go pick any more up because I was lazy. We're also going to get some vitamin B12, because I've heard that's supposed to be good for energy, and then we are also going to go and get some ashwagandha in pill form. So I have some in gummy form that my nanny gave me, and for some reason, something about the gummies just make me, like, super nauseous. So, but my entire family says that ashwagandha, like, does really good things for their system. So since we are related and we have similar systems, I would like to still try it. So I'm gonna go get a pill form, like just a small bottle, and see if that helps with the nausea. Maybe it's like some other form, like something in the gummy other than the ashwagandha that makes me nauseous. So we're gonna go to Walmart first. I also need to pick up some house shoes, so I'm going to try to look for, like, a super cheap pair of slides. Because also, if you live in Maine, you know that it's humid as shit. And my house always feels a little bit wet, despite always having the ACs running and dehumidifiers. Like, the carpet just feels damp. So I need a pair of slides. Desperately. It's a very wet year. We're averaging out around like 70-80% humidity every day, so wish me luck, and then I have to go to work and be a person. So let's go do all that now. Okay, so this lighting is crazy terrible, but the autism girlies on TikTok have given me a new thing to hyperfixate about. So this has ice, vanilla Greek yogurt, and vanilla protein powder in it. This is a moonshine jar, but I peeled the sticker off, so it's fine. And then we have orange juice. I learned about this at like 10 p.m. last night, and I live in the middle of nowhere, so nowhere was open for me to go get orange juice because I had everything else, but it is now 8 a.m. on Friday, so now I can do so. Because I have to know. I just have to know. And my partner's like disgusted with me, but I have to know. Oh, hell yeah. Leave a little bit of space for mixing. And then that looks pretty good. My jar's hairy. That's just sticky residue from the sticker that I peeled off. It do be that way sometimes. Okay. You know, it's not bad. It's definitely something that I will put in my rotation of protein beverages. But it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it tastes like a protein shake. If you're looking for something that does not taste like a protein shake and tastes like a creamsicle, but is protein-esque, that's not it. That tastes like a protein shake, which is fine. Okay, let's go to work now. Okay, hello humans. We just got back from the dog park, and I had to take my chihuahua to get her nails clipped, so we could go to our sniff spot tomorrow, and she can meet her cousin. And now I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna eat this teeny tiny cheesecake that my partner bought me as an apology for being a dickhead. And then I really, really, really want to finish Cukoo tonight. So that is my goal. That is my main goal for tonight, is to just finish Cukoo by Gretchen, Felker, Morton. So, wish me luck. I don't know where the other one is. Okay, hi. It's Saturday. We are at our sniff spot that I rented out for like an hour and a half. My rescue chihuahua is not super confident, not super brave, so I'm trying to get her a little bit more confidence. So we've got her on a 30-foot long line today. And then we have Sadie, who's just kind of meandering along. We've come here before, so I knew that it was accessible to her. She is 15, so she struggles a lot. But I knew that most of this was accessible to her, and any place that wasn't, I could just carry her. So we're doing really good. My chihuahua's all the way over there. She's probably like 20 feet away, which is so impressive for her because she is so anxious. She's so nervous. But she's all the way over there. She's doing so good, and Sadie's doing so good. She's having so much fun. She's only needed help with like one area. We're super slow moving, but we're having a good time. And I'm getting a lot of cute pictures. So, it's going really well. My partner already left us because of the bugs, though. So, wish us luck as we continue on our journey. got pizza. And I got the kids in the back. Hi, Bug. We had so much fun. I just bought some books. So let's do a quick book haul, I guess. So I just bought Cukoo by Gretchen Felker Martin. This just came out a couple days ago, and I have an e-arc for it, and I'm just obsessed with it. So I'll be talking about that more in my part 1 of my Net Galley vlog. And then I got Soul the Deep because it was on sale at Books A Million, and that is a book that I've given 5 stars. I loved, and I just wanted to have it on my shelves, and since it was only $5, that was a great price. And then I got a copy of Bloodscion, which someone on TikTok that I really enjoy has this book displayed on her shelves, and it was only $5. It was on sale, so I got that one too because I feel like I trust her, and if she really likes this book enough to display like loud and proud on her shelves, then it's a good book for me. So yeah, my partner is grabbing some breadsticks right now. We're gonna eat, and then I get to go home and do a ton of work. I have so much video editing to do, and I just need to get my shit together. So let's eat, go home, get our shit together.